Welcome to what I like to believe is one of the most exciting videos of the holiday season, and that is what is Oden's Eye gonna do for holiday? And this year they are doing a bigger palette, which is called Ice Crystal Palette. So I have it here and I'm gonna do some swatches. I'm gonna let you know how I feel about these things. I'm pretty sure this is launching on November 15th on their website. You can use discount code Angelica over at Oden's Eye and you'll get some money off if you're ordering from the website. There is gonna be this palette. Look at, oh, it's so cute. And there's also, I do think they're doing this custom packaging, the box as well. And if you didn't know, a while ago we did restock the Hella palette, which is the original collab palette that me and Oden's Eye did. I do think we have some in stock, and you get like a mystery box with the Hella palette for the price of the Hella palette. And in there will be a tote bag. And for this collection, they're also doing a tote bag for the Ice Crystal collection. These are really heavy duty and I have been enjoying the Hella one a lot. Fairly sure this is launching on November 15th and the Hella palette is still in stock. And the mystery box with the Hella palette, you get the palette and then you get a single shadow, a tote bag, and a highlighter for the same price as just the eyeshadow palette. But this is the new one. I do think on November 15th or around there as well, they will be announcing some other Black Friday deals as well, because Oden's Eye usually has a kick-ass Black Friday deal and you can stack a code on top of the sale prices at Oden's Eye. So if you are shopping the Black Friday sale, do not forget to use a discount code to get an even deeper discount on the website. This palette, if I'm not totally mistaken, I think this palette is $56.90. I think that's the price of the palette. This is the same size as that other big palette that I had a while ago, and the layout on the inside is fairly similar as well. This one is almost like fall colors meets icy wintry pastels, which I think is a very interesting concept. There is a couple of darker shades, there is a bunch of pastels, there is a very, like I said, it's an interesting, almost like fall leaves meets wintry pastels and then some deeper tones. The shimmers are especially really interesting and I'm loving how a couple of them look next to each other in the palette. It is not my absolute favorite format from them to have this like dead space in the palette, but I have definitely seen worse perpetrators than this when it comes to that. It is not a super overly heavy palette, it is not thick, so it's still fairly easy to store. I think this color story, initial impression, is a little bit even more up my alley than the other bigger palette that they had. And I'm very excited to be trying this out. You know, I am dying for these like warm tones right here and I cannot wait to try some of these out. I was thinking maybe my first look, so I'm gonna do two looks. I was thinking my first look, I want to do the contrast between warm and cool. This is me being like, what am I doing? So I think we're gonna zoom in and we're gonna do my first look, and hopefully this will be the Oden's Eye quality that I know and love. I'm very excited to be diving in. Let's zoom in. Let's go. Hear me out. I was thinking, so I want to do both the orange and the yellow, and I think I'm gonna do that here and then just, I really like those looks and I really want to do it because I'm enjoying how these two are looking next to each other. So I'm thinking a little bit of that, or should I do this one because I think that could be. So this one is a yellow base with a mint shift. So maybe it will be super cool with the mint, because it will be such a good bridge color in between. Ooh, maybe that's what we need. Okay, I am going to start. Which dark color will I use? I think I will do this one and then the orange and the yellow to blend it out. Oh, there's so many things in front of me. Be lucky you're not seeing this. This one is called Winter Night. Oh, it's a dark gray. I'm just putting a little bit in the outer corner and I am gonna blend the other warm colors on top of this. I just want to make sure that we have the depth that we need. That's why I'm starting with the deep color. Okay, so this is Amber Flame and I am just gonna brush on a little bit on top as well to make it a little lighter, or a little warmer I should say. But then I'm just blending this out a bit. And a little bit in here. It's almost like a little bit of like a pastel orange. And now I'm going back with the dark color and I'm just reapplying some and just blending out the edge. Actually, let's do a little bit of the sunset eyes as well. I kind of want to see how this looks together when we have the yellow and the orange. The orange is a little bit more, almost like, I don't want to say cool tone, but the yellow is definitely warmer. Less of a pastel, maybe I should say. I'm gonna see if I can do the same on the lower lash line too, before we get into the mint. It's called Glacial Mist. Oh, that is a good name, Glacial Mist. Blending it out with some orange and yellow, just like I did on the top. Okay, hold your breath. Okay, I will say, Oden's Eye, one of my favorite things they do is pastels. Oh, very excited about the prospect of this. Oh my gosh. That is glorious. Ooh, okay. I definitely think a little bit of, like, maybe even liquid liner could be cool. I think maybe a little bit of, like, eyeliner in the inner corner too, right? So this is what I'm thinking. It's called Prism Shine. You see, it's a yellow, but then it's like, you can't see anything. There's, trust me, there's a little bit of shift to it. And I'm thinking that will look really cool in the middle. It's a little bit of a flake, so I am gonna be spraying it. I keep using this Makeup by Mario one, but hey, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Oh my god, I just sprayed my phone. Love it. Let's do that. Do you see that there's a shift? Hopefully you will soon. You can see the shift here, right? I'm gonna put it on with my finger just to really get a lot in the middle. And then I'm gonna meet up with the pastel again, because I've said this before, but when you apply something on top of a pastel, it usually lifts a little bit because of the white pigment and you have to reapply. But that is really cool. I need to find an eyeliner. I did a little mascara on my lower lash line, but let's see if we can do a little bit of a liner. I haven't bought a liquid liner in 2 million years. I still feel like I can use my old ones. I feel like eventually I should replace them though. I kind of want to do a bigger one, but I don't know if my hood will allow it. Maybe. Okay, I think this, and I'll do maybe some black in the waterline too. Part of me wants to do a bigger line, but I'm gonna cool my wits, I think. We'll see. Well, there we go. That is the first look, and this is very me. This is the kind of look that I like, which is a great contrast in light versus dark. It's very matte heavy, but there's a little bit of shimmer, and there's a contrast between the warm and the cool. So this look overall is just very, very, very me. I will say the only thing I will say, wow. Grammar, optional today. I do wish the dark shadow was a smidgen, like, I don't know, darker or more pigmented or like something. I mean, it's not that it's not dark, but just for my personal preference, I would have liked that. But I still very much enjoy the look, and I'm gonna go film something else now, but you'll see look number 2 right now. I'm wearing a pink sparkly lip, and I am worried that someone's gonna do wellness check on me. But I'm loving the pink cheek with the pink lip. Listen, I want to do something that is a little purple. I'm thinking maybe this one together with this one. I don't know how dark that's gonna be, but I'm thinking I'm gonna get the contrast between with the white, and I'm gonna do a half cut crease. Listen, it's the return of 2015. We're gonna do half cut crease. I've been swatching the shimmers now. I didn't do that for the first look, but now I've been swatching the shimmers, and I want to use this one and I want to use this one. Those are the shades we're gonna be using. I'm actually really excited because now that I was swatching them, I'm like, there are some really interesting formulas here. So this is Midnight Sapphire, and this is a EO5. And again, I'm not doing this look with a lot of depth. I also will say this palette doesn't necessarily have a truck ton of depth in it. So if you're the kind of person, I always see when I talk about my palettes that have light shades, I see people saying, I don't use light shades, I don't want them. And then when I have palettes that have a lot of dark shades, I see people saying, I don't want dark shades, I never use them. So if you're that person, this palette only has like really 2 darker shades, and they're not necessarily super, super dark. So this palette could definitely be for you. And it's very, I showed this to a friend. I know, I gave her a sneak peek. And I showed it to her, and she said she was really interested in the palette, and she described it as very happy looking. And you know what? I definitely do agree. It is a very happy looking palette. Like this blue, how can you not be excited about this blue? Okay, I think I'm leaving it like that for now. I'm gonna go into an EO4, and I'm gonna do the Amethyst, which is the purpley shade, and I'm just gonna do that actually on the side to go into a purple, because we're gonna be doing that purple shimmer. And I might even blend a little bit just on the edge with whatever's left on the brush, not like applying anymore. Now I'm gonna do, there is one that's called Blush Quartz, and you can see it's like a very pastel-y one. I'm actually gonna just use a little bit of that here, because I am gonna do, and I'll do a little bit of the Amethyst too. I am gonna do, like I said, a little bit of a half cut crease. So I do need a little bit of purple here too. And I'm doing a little bit of that on the edge here as well. Let me actually do the same shades under the eye too. Okay, now we're getting into the cut crease of the business. I'm gonna use a little bit of a liquid, lost it, a liquid eyeshadow primer, and I'm putting a little bit on a flat brush. This is my own Cinch EO9, and you can see it's like a really, really flat brush. These are perfect for cut creases. And I'm putting it, you can see here's my fold, but I want to make sure it's a little bit above the fold. So we're doing the cut crease so it cuts the crease. So cutting the crease, technically, to make your lid look bigger. I see some people saying cut creases doesn't work on me, it only makes my eye look smaller. It's because you're not cutting above your fold. You need to cut above your fold to create the illusion of more open eyes and take away the fold that you're having, giving the illusion of bigger lid space. And then we are just, use your finger, it's the best way. And we are blending in with the finger. And you can see it's created a bigger lid space. I'm gonna clean off that brush a little bit. And now we're doing Snow Veil, which is the matte white. And we are setting, not the entire space, only the edge. With the matte white. Now, here comes the smart part. I'm actually going to be using a little EO7. And I'm going to be using the sparkly mint shade. It's called Mint Frost. And we're putting this minty shade, let me see if I can show you, on the edge where the white ends. Up into the crescent. And we're saving space in this spot for that shimmery purple that I showed you. And this will give us the gradient between the white going to the mint going into the purple. So this one is called Frozen Opal. And we're putting this one next to it. Still in the crescent. We're having a little sliver. I hope you can see that this is the cut crease. And you can clearly see now, when you can still see the hood on the other side, that cutting the crease above does create the illusion of a bigger lid. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of that Frozen Opal here as well. Just kind of meeting up. Okay, so this is the finished look before me putting on any lashes. I will put on lashes because I do love a good lash. But I thought I was gonna enhance the line even more. This is the ColourPop Graceland liner. I have not used this in a hot minute. Let's hope it still works. But I used to use this so much, and then somehow I kind of just stopped, and I feel like it's time again. Yep. I love it. It's decided. I've missed this one. Thank you for coming back. So that is the second look, and I really enjoy this. I'm actually filming a new makeup releases after this. This is being filmed on the 22nd of October. And with some simple math, you realize that I am pre-filming a heck of a lot earlier than this is actually being revealed. You've even seen me change my nail throughout this video. I'm now wearing this really nice, like muted fall-ish nail. I, for once, was able to pre-film a lot. So I hopefully will be able to use this palette at least once more before this video actually goes live. And if I'm indeed able to do that, I'll pop in something here. I would love to be able to film something more and pop it in so that you can see. But overall, I'm really enjoying this palette. It is, again, a very fun and very bright and pretty light palette. And I do enjoy the meeting between the fall colors and the winter pastels. Me personally, I would have liked this to be even darker, and I would have liked this one to be another dark shade, maybe a darkened black and plum, maybe a midnight blue, maybe a super dark like reddish brown, something else to give even more versatility to this palette. What I'm really enjoying in this palette is actually diversity in the shimmers. There are some really interesting textures in here and different shimmer formulas within the palette, which is something that Oden's Eye has always done really well. Let me know what you think about this palette. Let me know what you think about this release. I will leave some info about this down below, when it's releasing, you know, my discount code, all of that down in the description box. And I hope you're having a great day. If you want to see more things Oden's Eye, I do have a full playlist, and maybe I'll remember to put that down in the description box as well, and you can discover even more Oden's Eye products. But yeah, give me your thoughts down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you soon in my next video.